Still got some seats up here if you want to sit down. Good morning and welcome to the Lottie Namola Performance Center on the campus of Stephen F. Austin State University for the official introduction of Matt Braeuer, the 13th head coach of our men's basketball program. My name is Corbin Payton. I serve as the Executive Director of Marketing Communications here at SFA. This is, as you can feel it in the room, an exciting day for our university as we begin the next chapter of our storied Lumberjack basketball program. It is appropriate today that we are in this facility surrounded by these championship banners and NCAA banners because it is a banner day as we welcome Matt, Katie, Brooks, and Griffin to the Lumberjack family. For our media members in attendance today, we will have a one-on-one session off to the side after the remarks. You will hear from Director of Athletics Michael McBroom, President Dr. Neal Weaver today, and then obviously Matt's remarks, and following those remarks we'll have one-on-one opportunities there on the side. You know, some people know how to talk about leadership, and then there are those who are truly leaders, and we're fortunate to have a true leader at the helm of our athletics program here at Stephen F. Austin, and it is my pleasure to welcome your Director of Athletics, Michael McBroom.
Well, good morning. Really appreciate everybody turning out today. I mean, again, I think Corbin said it, what a great day to be a Lumberjack. And I'll just take a couple of minutes. I want to talk a little bit about the process, and I think the biggest thing that came to me from this process is what an incredible job this is, what an incredible opportunity this is, what an incredible institution that resonates throughout Division I men's basketball. We had incredible interest from an amazing group of coaches who lead young men through college basketball. As we went through the process, we settled in on about 8 that we felt like could possibly fit the profile of what we were looking for. Of those 8 coaches, they represented over 3,000 wins in college basketball, over 8 coaches. It was an incredible field. And as we started to talk, I'll never forget we started with Zoom with Matt, and 5 minutes in, I take notes on everything. I was looking through the notes on that call, and I wrote, in big letters, winner, competitor, some of the great communicator. As we started the process, Matt just continued to elevate himself. It became very, very clear to me that he is the best choice to lead us into this new era of college athletics and to lead our basketball program. I think I hope I don't steal your thunder, but the thing that I remember most on how he described himself was a 5'10" point guard with a chip on his shoulder who hates to lose. I like that. I'm 5'10". Sometimes I have a chip on my shoulder, and I hate to lose too. So when we had dinner one night in Lubbock, when we flew up to meet face to face, he asked me, what are my expectations for the program? And I said, well, my expectation is that we win every single game we play. But I know that could potentially be an unreasonable expectation. But I have the same expectation for every one of our sports. I said probably the realistic expectation is that we're in the NCAA tournament 4 out of every 5 years. Do you remember what your response was?
I want to do it 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 was his response. So we are aligned in what our expectations are for the program, what we want to deliver for this university. And when I talk about alignment, it starts from the top. And we have been talking, it's amazing to me, we're almost a year into this whole process, but when you have alignment from a system, the best university system in the world, with your president, athletic director, and coaching staff, incredible things can happen when you have that synergy. And so next up, I'd like to bring up our president, who also is probably a 5'10" point guard with a chip on his shoulder as well. There's some similarities here, but a true leader that we're excited about with the things that are happening on campus through facilities planning, strategic plan, and really a campus community that's working together to elevate this institution. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Neal Weaver.
Well, thank you. This is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun days on this campus, but this one is even more fun than usual. Katie, we're so glad to have you here with us today. Brooks and Griffin, what a good-looking pair of kids right there. Christy and I had twin boys, and there's nothing more fun than watching two boys grow up together. So we look forward to seeing them running around the Coliseum for years to come, and we're certainly thrilled to have the whole family here with us. Michael described the process that he went through and how he identified, when he came to me and he said, what do you want in a basketball coach? I said, well, I'll let you take care of the basketball part of it. What we want at this institution are good people who aren't afraid to win, who aren't afraid to do what it takes to be at the top. And we have found somebody who is a good person, and he's not afraid to win. And so this is an exciting time for us as an institution to be able to continue to build our community. What makes Stephen F. Austin so special is the community that we are. And the community is not just on campus, it's in Nacogdoches, and it extends out to our alumni all across this country. And it's a community that's focused on purpose, a purpose of developing young people to be the best that they can be in whatever they choose to be involved in. And Matt is going to do that with our basketball players, but more importantly, through our basketball team, he's going to help every student on this campus be a better person. And that's the kind of people we want at this institution, and I'm so glad that Michael's here to lead this department and to find us people, wherever they are in this country, to come and be a part of this incredible institution. So I thank him for his work, and I'm excited to welcome Matt Braeuer as our new men's basketball coach. Please help me welcome Matt to campus.
Yeah, I'll hold it up here. Wow. I appreciate everybody being here. I never knew, just to be completely honest, never knew what this feeling would feel like. I've watched a lot of my friends give this speech and have this press conference, and it's more than I emotionally can probably use words to describe. So I'm sorry if I get emotional. Got a lot of people here I want to thank. Okay, so I wouldn't be here without the belief from our president, Dr. Weaver, our athletic director, Michael McBroom, the Cardinal Grange search firm. It takes a lot of courage to hire somebody that's never been a head coach before. And I recognize that, I respect it, and I appreciate you guys for giving me this opportunity. I do not take it lightly, and trusting me with this great university and this great program is something that I work hard every day, to handle those expectations and to exceed those expectations. So again, I thank you guys. My family, they're all here. Except my dad. Funny story, Ross Hodge got introduced today at West Virginia. He's one of my best friends. And I told him I was going to cry like a baby. I knew it. Lost my dad 11 years ago. He was my high school coach. I know he's watching, and I know he's proud. Man. He taught me a lot. but most importantly, taught me how to work, how to treat people. And when things get hard, you don't quit. You put your head down, you work harder. And you fight through adversity, and you thank the people that helped you get through it. And that's why my family is so important. Been through a lot. We'll continue to go through a lot. You know, my mom, my brother, my sister have been there through everything for me. And I can't thank them enough for the hours. My brother, unfortunately, had to grow up in my shadow. It was a large shadow with a big chip. And, but my family means the world to me. I've got a great niece and nephew, potentially, or another nephew coming soon. And my family will always be the most important thing to me. I worked, I'll talk about Coach Mack at Texas Tech here in a few minutes, but family is always going to come first. Whether it's our players, if they have something family related they need to go home for and miss a practice or two, then they're going home. It's always going to be the most important thing. Just like I would expect them to understand that if I need to take care of my family, then I need to step away for a day or two. So that's always going to be the most important. Man, my wife, basketball's done a lot for me. And I love basketball, always have. But without coaching and without basketball, I would not have met my wife. And she's a rock star. She's way smarter than me. She's way better looking than me. And through God's will, she created two incredible young boys that we're trying to raise to be great men. And coaching is a hard profession for a dad or a mom. And I want to make sure my boys know that I'm here. And I'll work my tail off every day. It's a beautiful office up here. The Lottie Nemola Center it's the top of the line. And so I'll work here every day, and I'll put every ounce of my energy and my blood, sweat, and tears into this program and this job. But I'm always going to go home and be a dad. And that'll always be the most important thing. So, all right, now we can talk a little bit. Well, it's not going to make me cry. Man, I can't say enough about the Texas Tech community. I had no idea what I was getting into 2 years ago when I left North Texas, which also had a great community, was there for 5 years. But the people that are in Lubbock, the fan base, the community, welcomed us with open arms. They were tremendous. It's a great community. It's a great program. It's a great job. The fan base is incredible. And the best part is when Michael called me and offered me the job, I accepted immediately, by the way. I knew that I was coming into another great fan base and another great community, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But Texas Tech holds a really dear place in my heart because of how they opened their arms for Katie and my family, because they were young boys, still are, but they were really young then. So I owe a lot to them. I'll go with Ross first. 7 years ago, I was at the College of Charleston, and I was working for Earl Grant, who's a fantastic man and a great coach. He's at Boston College now. And I worked for Ross Hodge at Midland Junior College in 2010. We lost the national championship game. And we worked together for 10 months, and then he left to go to Southern Miss, and I left to go to the University of Maryland. And Ross was with Coach Mack at North Texas. And I owe a lot to Ross, not only to hire me at Midland, but Ross told Coach McCaslin that I'm the only one to hire when he had a job open. And I wouldn't be where I am today if Ross didn't do that. And man, he's a great man. He's a great friend. He's a family man. I learned a lot in my 5 years with him at North Texas, and I owe a lot to him. And I got to watch his press conference this morning. He's way better spoken than I am, but he's a great man, and I appreciate everything about him. Coach Mack, 7 years with Coach Mack. You'll see a lot of what I do on a daily basis, how I coach, who I am as a person, and the family man that I am. I owe a lot to Coach Mack. Coach McCassin, we call him Coach Mack. He is somebody that builds the culture and a winning program like no one I've ever been around. He holds you accountable as a staff. He holds you accountable as a player. But ultimately, everybody knows that he loves you, and that he believes in you, and that he's going to push you to be the best that you can possibly be as a player, as a coach, as a parent, as a father, as a son, whatever it may be. He's always pushing you to be the best. And he's a big reason. A lot of things that will happen here will be because of him, and there will be direct influence from him. So I can't thank him enough. Why SFA? Okay. 2016, I coached at a school that wore orange. About an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes down the road. Don't worry, we didn't beat you guys. We never won. 2016, we were 15-2. Stephen F. Austin was 16-1. Coach Underwood. We came here, it was senior night, and we had a chance, if we won, that we would have shared the conference championship. And I'll never forget walking down that tunnel. Back then, both teams walked down the tunnel at the same time, which was interesting. Thankfully, we don't have to do that anymore. But I walked down that tunnel right before we tipped off, and there were 7,000 people in here. And I've seen SFA. I've experienced SFA from another view at its absolute peak. And we're going to get back there. And that's... But I've seen it, and I know it can get there. And I know it's been there. And that's what we're working toward every day, is to get that back as we lose the axe handle. Okay, and a couple players that are here. Krishan's here, Keon's here, if I'm missing anybody else. Okay, those two guys themselves have committed to coming back next year. And I told both of them, I'm a loyal person, and them committing to me as a first-time head coach to believe in the system we're going to run and the vision that I have and the way that I'm going to coach them and hold them accountable. For them to believe in that will always mean the world to me as we move forward this year with them. And so I thank you guys for that. Just like we had those meetings, we'll have more of them. But we're working hard right now to put together a roster. We've had visits already. We've had a visit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll have more visits after the dead period. So we're working hard, and they've been a big part of what we're going to do. So I'm excited to have them back, and potentially some more. So, but that's why SFA, because I've seen it. I've seen it at its best. We're going to get back there, and I know what it can be and what it has been. Okay. There's been numerous coaches here. Am I the 13th? Is that what it was? 13th head coach? That have won conference championships. Okay, the late Harry Miller, Coach Danny Casper, Brad Underwood, Kyle Keller. Coach Casper actually recruited me. He remembers it a little different than I did. But Coach Casper, if you're watching, you wanted me to wait till the spring, but I wasn't willing to do it. And but I've always respected, obviously I didn't know Coach Miller, but Coach Casper, Coach Underwood, Coach Keller, I've seen everybody coach, and I've seen the way that they win. Everybody does it a little bit different, but at the end of the day, winning was what happened. And that's my goal. That's what we're working toward every day, is to make sure that I'm the next person 20 years from now comes up here and stands on this stage and this podium can say that you know, Coach Braeuer was also somebody that won conference championships. And it's a prestigious deal, and I want to be a part of that, okay? Fan base, like I said, one thing that I was challenged with immediately in the Zoom from Michael was reigniting the fan base, okay? And I told Michael, and I said it again to him last night, use me. I'm young, I've got great energy, okay? Use my energy, let's go out. I want to engage everybody. I want to engage the students. I want to engage everybody that's around here, all the alumni. I have 119,000 alumni. I want to engage, I want to get people back in here, and I want to sell this place out because the ceiling is low, and the ceiling in the building is low in Johnson Coliseum, and it gets loud in there. I've experienced it. There's nowhere for the sound to go except right back down to the floor, and that's what I'm excited about. You know, the resources, I mean, you see this facility. I tell people this all the time, if you dropped this facility and you took the SFA logo off of it and you dropped it in a Big 12 city, you wouldn't think twice. It's that high level of a facility. We've had 3 visits already. All 3 of them were blown away. And it'll be a big reason why they come here, because of the facilities. The support, I mean, I honestly had no expectations. I did not know what to expect. This is far more than I probably even thought that are here to listen to me talk, of all people. The facilities, the support, the resources, they're all here to win championships, and that's what we're going to do. And so I'm excited about that. And then, you know, I've got 2 young boys, and I want them to be great men. And I know the people out in West Texas were great, and I've heard even better things about people in East Texas. And I want them to raise our family here. I want the boys to learn East Texas and to just grow up in this great town and great community. I've heard great things about Nacogdoches, and in my 4 days now here, I've already met great people. Now, we haven't lost the game yet, so everybody's really nice. We will lose, I promise we will lose a game, but we will fight. We'll fight and go down fighting when that happens. There's many things that I want our program to be about, okay? Toughness, togetherness, grit, physicality, defense, rebounding, all those things will be stuff that we preach every day. The accountability will be high. But there will be a respect level with all of that. And I've been around numerous head coaches. I've seen it done in a lot of different ways. I've learned a lot of different things, what to do, what not to do. And I know that you have to treat people with respect. And I told Krishan and Keon the same thing. I'll treat you guys with respect, and I expect the exact same in return. And when both parties can come together with that mindset, then great things happen. And we'll push them to be the best. Okay, within all that, we will go get some skill, we will go get some IQ, we will go get some shooting. Okay? We love makers, not takers. We love guys that can make it. Everybody asked me when I kind of took the job, well, how fast are you going to play? Because I've the knock on a few places is that we play a little slower, and I tell people all the time, we'll play as fast as we can play that gives us the best chance to win. And do I anticipate playing the slowest? Absolutely not. Do I anticipate playing the fastest? Probably not either. Okay, we'll play somewhere in between, and every game that we suit up, we're going to expect to win, and we'll play the way we need to play to win that game. And the program that we'll put together, the guys, the best thing that I learned from Coach Mack, okay, and I'm kind of rambling here, so I apologize. That's why I wrote down some stuff to try to stay on task, is Coach Mack's his superpower is belief. And he believes, and his team and his staff believes every time you walk on that floor, you're going to win the game. Doesn't matter if you're playing the Lakers. Doesn't matter if you're playing a high school team. The belief will be complete, and we will go out there and we will execute and find a way to win. There will be a game plan in place every single day where we will go out there and win the game. Doesn't always work that way, but the belief will be there. Characteristics of the guys that I want here at SFA. and I said this to a couple people, we're going to work hard. We're going to have respectful human beings, because they are basketball players and they are student athletes, but they're people. And the community here is, from everything I've heard from multiple people, is how well the community embraces our players. And that means more to me than I can ever say and put into words. So our guys are going to always do that. And I really want guys that want to be here. I don't want, it's a new age, right? NIL, and it's everything's new. I don't want people to wear the SFA uniform because of money. I want them to wear it because they're prideful to be a Lumberjack. They're prideful of the town of Nacogdoches, just like I am. And we'll fight every day to get those type of kids. And high character will be of the utmost importance. I believe low character gets you beat. And we will bring in high character, and we'll bring in guys that want to be part of this SFA program, that want to be part of this great university, and that want to be held accountable and coached. And we'll push them every day. Last couple things, I've overshot my minutes here, I'm sure. If it was the Oscars, it would be back there saying, wrap it up. But Michael said 4 out of 5 years wants to go to the NCAA tournament, which, as we know, that means got to go win the Southland Conference tournament. So the championship expectations are there. And he mentioned the alignment with Dr. Weaver. If you do not have the alignment from the top, we have no chance of winning championships. And I know we do here, and that's what I'm most excited about. We won't shy away from those expectations, but the one thing I will say, and I'll word it without getting too deep into this, but some places like to talk about all the championships they're going to win. We're going to work, and we'll let our results do most of the talking. And I'm not into to the loudmouth. I'm not into the boasting of what we're going to do. When we do it, then we can boast and we can celebrate. So the work will be put in, and we'll do great things here. I have no doubt about it. So lastly, my family and I cannot believe this is a special occasion. My boys have been rock solid for a long time. I'm sure they're ready. Aren't you ready, Brooks? But Katie and the boys and I, my entire family, are 3 hours away now, 2.5 hours away in Killeen, Belton, Temple area. We're extremely excited to be here. And this job is the best job in the Southland Conference. And I believe that with everything that I am. And we're going to re-engage the community, reignite the fan base. I want everybody to feel comfortable to come up to the office and say hello. I'm not going to have my door closed. We're not going to have closed practices. Who I am is who I am. And I want everybody that wants to be a part of this program to come watch practice and to be a part of this program. So we're excited to be here. I can't wait to just get out in the community, see everybody, and most importantly, see you guys in Johnson Coliseum on game nights, and we can celebrate wins. Axum.
Okay, thanks so much for being here. Can we give one round of applause for our spirit team and our pep band? We appreciate them being here. Good luck to our spirit teams as they head off for nationals, and I would encourage you to go to the Fine Arts page. We've got one of the best schools of music in the state of Texas. Make sure you check out one of their performances. Thank all of you for being here. We don't have the standard of excellence at Stephen F. Austin without all of your support, not only for athletics, but the entire institution.